How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the Hull KR versus Wigan Warriors Super League Grand Final preview and predictions. Hope everyone is doing well on this Wednesday night. It is October 8th, 2025, Wednesday night here in New South Wales, Australia. I hope everyone is doing good. I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. Hello to Jason Reeder. Hello to Josh Sami. Hello to CJ Moxley. Will Stormfan. Everyone that's tuning in. Hope you're all doing good. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. My apologies. Just had to close the window. I hope everyone is doing well, man. We're really looking forward to this weekend. Obviously, the Super League Grand Final, Hull KR versus Wigan, a rematch from last year where Wigan were victorious over Hull KR. 12 months later, we have the rematch, Hull KR, Wigan. Can Hull KR win the Grand Final? Can they win the big one? That is the $1 million question. Or will Wigan do a free-peat? Will Wigan do a free-peat? It could happen. It honestly could happen, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see this weekend. As always, guys, if you're new around here, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank all the new viewers and subscribers, and I want to say hello to all the regulars as well. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and watching the videos. So, appreciate it, man. But we might as well get into it. So, obviously, this Sunday morning, we have the Super League Grand Final where Wigan will take on Hull KR. Now, a lot of people get confused by the time this kicks off. So, for us here in Australia, if you live in New South Wales, this game will be at 4 a.m. If you live in Queensland, it will be 3 a.m. So a lot of people are getting confused by the time slot when the game actually kicks off. It's at 3 a.m. Queensland, 4 a.m. New South Wales. So yeah, don't get too confused by it. It's pretty easy to figure out. The other thing I want to mention too quickly is the betting odds. So Wigan, obviously favourites. They are the reigning premiers, so it makes sense. Wigan are $1.60. Hull KR are at $2.25. So although Hull KR were the best team this year, finishing first and whatnot, Wigan obviously the minor Wigan obviously the favourites, but let's talk about the game, man. Let's talk about the game. So obviously we'll get to the predictions in a little bit. Some of the key matchups to look forward to in this grand final. You got Joe Burgess going up against Abbas Miski, which is not a bad battle at all. You got Liam Marshall up against Tom Davies. Really good matchup there. Peter Hiku up against Jake Wardle. Now, Hiku has had a good year. He did make the Super League Team of the Year. So, Hiku versus Wardle, that will be a good matchup. A lot of people say Jake Wardle should have been picked over Peter Hiku. So, that'll be an interesting battle on Sunday morning for the grand final. Now, obviously, some news about Arthur Morg. Now, Arthur Morg sustained an injury at the end of the game against St. Helens last week in the semi-final. Now, if Arthur Morg doesn't get through the fitness test, if he happens to fail and be unavailable for the game, lucky for Hull KR, they've got a very good replacement in Jack Broadbent, who can come in and play fullback and do the job. Obviously, he's not Arthur Morg, but if Broadbent does come in for Morg, he will add a lot to Hull KR, but Wigan will be targeting him for sure. We know this. But Arthur Morg, I believe at this stage he will be playing, but just in case he doesn't get through it, Jack Broadbent, he will be there ready to go. So I've got a bit of cover there, whole KR, which is good. And obviously, the best matchup of the game, I mean, we need to talk about it. Mikey Lewis versus Bevan French. I mean, Bevan French, we all know he's probably the best player in the Super League. He's absolutely out of this world, Bevan French. Up against Mikey Lewis, who won the Man of Steel last season. Obviously, very close to winning it again this year. Obviously, Jake Connor was announced the winner of the Man of Steel earlier today. But great matchup, man. Mikey Lewis, one of the best halves in the Super League, up against one of the best halves in the Super League in Bevan French. French versus Lewis. It's a key matchup. It's going to be a good one as well. You got Tyrone May up against Harry Smith. You've got some good forward pack battles. Hargraves going up against Luke Thompson. It's going to be great, man. So many good battles across the park, man. It really is going to be a great grand final. Now, look, whole KR, right? They've been the best team all year. They came first, minor premiers for a reason. Can they win the big one, though? Like, that's the big question. Can they finally win the grand final? They just fell short last year to Wigan. I think it was 10-2, the grand final, from memory. I think it was 10 points to 2. So, you know, can they finally do it? Is this their time? You know, obviously the NRL grand final, Melbourne were favourites to win, and Brisbane, they got it done. It was their time. Is this going to be a similar situation? Is it finally whole KR's time? We're going to find out this weekend. Now, if you look at the ladder from the regular season, whole KR, they came first. Now, obviously, Super League, you play 27 games. You play 3 more games over there than you do in the NRL. Whole KR, they come first. They won 22 games and lost 5. And Wigan won 21 games and lost 6. So, whole KR, better team all year, but Wigan in the big games, man, like it's gonna be huge, to be honest. Really looking forward to it. Now last week, Wigan, they beat Lee 18-6 to advance to the grand final. I wouldn't say it was a perfect performance from Wigan, but they were just so professional when they just understand the big games. So, you know, Wigan may not have been all that convincing last week, but they got it done. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. As long as you win, you get through to the grand final. That's really all that counts at the end of the day. Now, obviously, whole KR, they were too good for St. Helens. They were far too good. Now, I know the final scoreline was 20-12, but I think the scoreline absolutely flattered whole KR. I mean, they were up 12-0 at halftime, and St. Helens got it back to 12-6, and it was 12-6 for a very long time. Then there was a penalty goal to whole KR to get it to 14-6, and they scored through Oliver Gildart. I think he got his second try, 20-6, and then Saints scored a late one, and it was too late. 20-12, the final score in that one. Now, obviously, the big news that we learned early this morning as well, Jared Waerea-Hargreaves is all clear to play. There was talk that he'd be rubbed out of the grand final. He went to the judiciary. He got off. He was cleared. Now, we all know Jared Waerea-Hargreaves has got a really terrible record, right, when it comes to the judiciary and high tackles and stuff like that. But for crying out loud, it wasn't worth 3 weeks. And I'm glad they challenged it. I'm glad he got off. And look, you watched the tackle. There wasn't a whole lot in it. Yes, the player he hit did fail a HIA, which didn't help. And that probably is why Jared was charged in the first place. But common sense prevailed. He's all clear to play. So good to see Jared playing his last ever game this weekend in the grand final. Because whole KR, they will need him for the grand final against Wigan, without a doubt. All right, let's get to some predictions. So obviously, the grand final, whole KR versus Wigan, Super League grand final. 6 o'clock kickoff in the UK on Saturday. Obviously, for us here in Australia, New South Wales, it kicks off at Sunday morning at 4 a.m. In Queensland, it kicks off at 3 a.m. So the time slots are terrible for us, but I will be watching. I cannot wait. It's going to be a cracking grand final. First try scorer. My prediction for the first try scorer. Look, I think Liam Marshall scores first. I know it might be a boring prediction for some people, but Liam Marshall just scores all the time. Like he loves a try, and I think Liam Marshall can score the first try in the grand final. For an anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with the whole KL hooker, Jez Litton. I think he can find a way to crash over from dummy half. I think he can score a try, Jez Litton. So I'll go him for an anytime try scorer prediction. Now, the Harry Sunderland Trophy. Now, the Harry Sunderland Trophy, for those of you that don't know, it's basically the NRL version of the Clive Churchill Medal. The player of the match, who is the best player on ground in the grand final. I'm going for a bit of a bold prediction. A lot of people are going to say, oh, Bevan French, Jai Field, Mikey Lewis. Everyone's going to go with the obvious guys. I'm going to go with Elliot Minchella. I'm going to go with the whole KR captain. I think Minchella is going to have a very big grand final. I think he's going to make a lot of tackles. I can see Minchella making around 45 to 50 tackles in this grand final. I can see him running for 150 run meters. I can see him maybe even setting up a try with his ball playing ability. So I'm going to go with Elliot Minchella to get the Harry Sunderland Trophy. And my prediction for the grand final, I'm going to go whole KR to win, 20 points to 16. I think it's going to be a very close grand final. I think there's nothing in it between the two sides. Usually Super League grand finals are fairly low scoring, but I think both these teams do have points in them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Wigan kick 3 or 4 penalty goals. Same with Hull KR, and they score a try or two each, and we end up with a 20 to 16 scoreline. So Hull KR by 4, 20 points to 16. Liam Marshall to score the first try. Jez Litton to score any time. And Elliot Minchella to win the Harry Sunderland Trophy. And yeah, Hull KR to win the grand final this weekend. It's going to be a cracking game. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the Super League Grand Final preview, let me know in the comment section below your predictions. Give me your first try scorer. Give me your anytime try scorer. Who wins the Harry Sunderland Trophy? What's the score going to be? Who wins? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, guys, it is goodbye for now.